And today we're going to be talking about the second hour of structural integration, or Rolfing. The second hour is a lot different than the first hour. The second hour is actually what I consider to be really the first hour. So the first hour is really preparation for the rest of the sessions. But anyway, the second hour is about establishing the foundation of the low leg. So we're working with muscles of the low leg: calcaneus, Achilles, peroneal compartment, gastrocnemius, popliteal fossa, and the hamstrings. And this session is a very technical session. It's mechanical. It's repetitive because the person has to do movement calls, the therapist has to do movement calls, and the client has to respond. So there's a lot of call and answer. So we'll say do something, and then the client has to do it. So there's a lot of technical maneuvers in this one, and it's a very it's about creating the foundation. So everything that's above this, everything that's above the foot, is being supported by the foot and the ankle. So we want to really get this right, because it's everything else above it is depending on that. So it's literally correct understanding. Standing at a right angle, 90 degree angle, perpendicular to the ground. So this session is also about alignment of the low leg. So like tires on a car, that you want the tires on your car to be in alignment. Otherwise, if they're not in alignment, the tires wear out faster, and it has more problems. So you want the feet to be in alignment, you want the knees to be in alignment, and you want the tracking to be in alignment. We see many people with various strains, for example, valgus strain or varus strain, and how it affects the knee. We see many people who have knee replacements or hip replacements. And so our position on this is that we want to avoid knee replacements. So we want all those things of the low leg to be in alignment. So for example, there are 3 arches in the foot. We would like those arches to be established, to be there, to be participating, to be doing their job. I see so many people, I would say 80% of the people I see have collapsed arches, where they're getting no lift up through their body. And after a while, that takes its toll on the person, because we're in the field of gravity. Gravity is pushing down on us. And people forget about that gravity is here, that we're in the field of gravity. So it's important to have lift up through the center of the body. And one way we can do that is by working with the low leg and making sure that all these things are freed up and moving the way that they're supposed to, and that the person has understanding of what is normal, what is correct, what is the original positioning. And so we take all of those things into account when we're working with people. There are different things that can happen, like external rotation of the low legs or knees, or maybe one knee will be externally rotated, but the other knee will be internally rotated, or maybe the person has the opposite of that, and the feet are inverted. So we just take a look at all those things and we meet the client where they're at. And so we just start working there. And based on what the person's experience is, that's where we begin with them.